Welcome to the New Horizons Physics Podcast. A podcast where we will expose and debate the basics of various physics phenomena and current scientific discoveries. Today we will be talking about
Good morning. Today we are here in Nikon's headquarters, presenting the new release of Nikon DSLR cameras, the new Nikon D3000. We're going to explain all of its features and what are the main components of an SLR camera and how it works. Now I'm going to leave you with my friend Evangeline, and she's going to explain what is an SLR camera, what is an aperture of a camera, what is the shot of a camera, and several other things.
Hi Domingo, how are you?
Hi Evangeline.
Today we're going to talk about what is a reflex camera. First, it's a camera that uses a semi-automatic movement mirror system that permits the photographer to see exactly what the picture that he would take. The aperture controls the amount of light that goes inside your lens and inside your camera. If you have a really large aperture, you will have a lot of light enter into your camera, and you will have a sort of overexposed picture like the one shown. If you have a really small aperture, you will have a really dark picture like the one you can see right now. That's the point of the aperture, only to control the amount of light that goes inside your camera. The aperture values are expressed in f values and in f stops. Now we're going to talk about the aperture ring. The aperture ring is used to manually select the desired aperture. That's the only function of the aperture ring. Now we're going to talk about the shutter speed. The shutter speed is used to convey motion. Like if you have a car that is moving really fast, you have to use a really large shutter speed so you can take the car in a stop motion. But if you have a car that's going really slow, you will have a small shutter speed so you can take the car in perfect condition. The shutter speed is the amount of time the sensor will be exposed to light that you can see in the waterfall. The control panel displays the more important camera setting. And here you can see the f number, the aperture, the setting, the ISO. You can have your ISO in 100 and 200. You can also change your flash if you want your flash in automatic, or if you want to take only one shot or two shots. In the control panel you can change all the settings of your camera. The dust remover system is integrated in all Nikon's camera. This system works by shaking the sensor very rapidly and in order to remove all the dust particles. It is in the interior of your camera. The hard shell for external flash is usually used or only used to put to your camera an external flash. This will help you to have more light and is usually used at night. I'm going to leave you with my friend Domingo that he will talk about focus areas, focus lengths, and all type of lens.
Hello. Now I'm going to talk about focus area. DSLR camera have more than one focus area, usually from 3 to 11, but most of professional cameras have up to 51. The focus area is where the camera is going to focus the lens. You can see it right here. You can select it manually, or the camera can select it automatically by itself. Now, what is focus ring? DSLR cameras almost always have a ring for manual focusing. When the camera is manual focus mode, the ring can be rotated by the user to achieve a better focus. Here we have an example of manual focus, or we can also have it automatically when the camera is focusing for you. Now the lenses. The lenses is one of the main components of an SLR camera. Its job is to take the beam of light bouncing off of an object and redirect them so they come together to form a real image in the sensor. Here we have a zoom lens, for example. Here we have another that is a telephoto lens that make you zoom even more. and the wide angle lens that give you a wider angle of view. We also have much more variety of lens that we can find in the stores. Now the viewfinder. The viewfinder was added so the photographer could have a more accurate idea of what the image he or she was about to take. Here we have the viewfinder. How we can see by the viewfinder? In the front of, when the lights come through the lens, it bounces on this mirror inside the camera that bounces up to a prince that is up here and then bounce to the viewfinder, and you can see exactly the same image that is going to be on the sensor. Pentaprism and pentamirrors. A pentaprism is a transparent object with one highlight polished side that is used to refract image, change the direction of light. The prism is used in most cameras are a roof pentaprism. A roof pentaprism is a prism with 5 sides that is capable of refracting the light from left to right. The pentaprism is the part of the camera that receives the image reflected by the inside mirror and refracted all the way until the photographer can see it through the viewfinder.
A filter is a camera accessory consisting of an optical filter that can be inserted in an optical path. The filters allow the photographer to have more control of the image. Sometimes it's just to make a subtle change in the photo. So filter, we have different types of filters. One of the most common ones is the clear and ultraviolet filter, which is this one that I have in my hand. It's completely transparent and it shows how the image is taken. Now I'm going to explain a different one, that is the UV filter. And it's this one right in my hand, and it's used to reduce the haziness produced while the photographer is taking the photo. And another type of filter, common filter, is the color subtraction filter. It's mostly in different colors. And it's to extract the colors that you don't want to be shown in the image. For example, if it's a blue filter, I don't have it in my hand right now, but it's to extract the color blue from the photo you're taking, so that it becomes the image that the photographer wants. Other common filters that we have, it's this one in my hand. It's called the contrast enhancement. Normally, it's used by the photographer to control the contrast or to take black and white pictures. And the last one, and the most important one, is this one that I have in my hand. It's called the polarizer filter. This filter has 3 main uses. The first one is to reduce the reflection on the surface. Other one is to darken the sky while For example, if the photographer wants to take a photo that has less light, it can use this polarizer filter so that it can reduce the light coming inside the camera. And lastly, is saturate the image more by eliminating unwanted reflections. And now I'm going to explain how the photographer can see through the viewfinder. As Domingo had explained it before, the viewfinder is this small square so that the photographer can see what type of pictures they're going to take. So as the light comes into the camera, it passes through different lenses and up and down to the very back of the camera, and then there's a mirror inside of the camera, which you can see here, and it reflects the light in 90 degrees so that the light gets into the prism. When the light hits the prism, the light is reflected in the prism in 45 degrees to an angle down toward the front of the camera, where it hits another prism surface and it reflects towards the back of the camera through the viewfinder. After the photographer is done seeing through the viewfinder and feels like it's ready to take the photo, he presses on the shutter, and then the mirror that reflects the light at 90 degrees is locked up and reveals the sensor so that the photo is ready and is taken. And now I'm going to leave you to my friend Domingo, who is going to explain one of the most essential parts of a camera, the sensor.
Welcome back again. As my friend Shana said, I'm going to explain how the sensor works. It works with pixels, and the pixels are composed by three components: a green, a red, and a blue filter. The sensor varies. It can be from 1 megapixel up to 24, 30 megapixel. It means a million of pixels. The pixel is composed by these three cups, meaning that we have 3 million of these cups. When we have our camera set to the best quality, we are using all the pixels of our sensor. But if we decrease the quality of our image, we are combining all the sensor combined until the quality you want. Now, how each pixel works? Here we have a pixel, the red filter, the green filter, and the blue filter. This composes a pixel. If we have these three cups full of water, it means that we have it full. The picture will come out black. If we have them all empty, we will have a white image. But if we have a combination of colors, like half a red, empty green, and full blue, we will have a color blue times red, meaning a violet color. And that's how the colors vary. And this is how the color combines. For example, when we work in Photoshop in our computer, when we change color of a picture, we are changing the volume of water in each cup. And combining the colors produced by each pixel in our sensor, we produce the image at the end. Well, and this is all for today. We have presented our new Nikon D3000 here with my friend Chena, Evangeline, and me. Thank you very much and have a nice day.